IHC introduced engineered timber walls to the industry in 1966, and we've been the leading supplier of engineered timber wall systems for the industry for over 50 years. IHC buys kiln-dried inland western red cedar and ponderosa pine directly from the mills. They're all U.S. mills, typically in Idaho and Montana, and we buy those the 1x8 and 2x8 material, bring it into our factory here. Everything is graded by our employees, so we buy premium, select, tight knot cedar, but then we regrade it to our specific standards so that we have the highest appearance grade in the industry. After that's graded and milled here, it's sent down to our lamination plant, where it goes to a 125-ton radio frequency press, where every timber, either our 5x8, 4x8, D-log, or Thermo-Lam, is laminated, and then it comes back to our facility where it'll go through our molder. Most of the components of an IHC home that are produced here at our factory will come through our 6-head molder here. So each individual timber, when it comes back from the lamination plant, will go through the molder to give it a flat surface if it's a 5x8, or the rounded surface if it's a D-log, or flat surface again on both sides with chamfered edges if it's our Thermo-Lam III engineered timber with the foam core. All the components like the end caps and the starter strips that we talked about earlier also are produced through the 6-head molder. So it takes a piece of wood on one end and it has 6 knives that spin at 6,000 RPM and surface every surface of that timber to exactly what you want it to be, and what comes out on the other end is a finished product. Every IHC home is produced in this manufacturing facility and then shipped anywhere in the world. We're going to go over and take a look at our cut line, which is where after the timbers are laminated and molded in our 6-head molder, they come to our cut line where each timber is cut to length and our patented interlocking system is put in place. So the first machine that we see here is the cut saw, where everything is cut to the specific length for a particular pattern in a home. And then as it moves down the production line, we'll see the dado machine, which puts 1/2 of the patented interlocking system in it. And then after that, 2 of the custom notcher machines. These are all custom made machines that were designed to put in our patented interlocking system. So after those timbers come out, then they're laid out in a pattern. Every pattern is stacked one on top of the other, and we have a different employee than the one who cuts the home. We'll do the inventory in the home and compare every timber length and location of the patented interlocking system to what your plans are, so we make sure that we're focused on the quality of everything that we ship out of the factory. As you can see, this timber is labeled MBC. The first letter is the wall that timber is located in, and the second 2 letters indicate the endpoints for that timber. So the MBC timber is in the M wall, and it runs from the B wall to the C wall. So as you can see on our cut line, we have an example of our cut sheet hanging here. So you can take a look at the cut sheet, and you can see where the M wall is located and what the 2 endpoints are for the B wall and the C wall. So in this case, here's the M wall, here's the B wall and the C wall. So that's the location where that timber is going to go in your home. So we use this cut sheet for all the manufacturing here, but the builder will also use it on the job site so that they can lay each timber in place exactly where it goes in their home. Unlike a log home, each timber in a pattern is exactly the same because it's an engineered timber. So we don't have to number all those MBC timbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 and stack them in exactly that order. Any timber can be timber number 1 and any timber can be number 2 in any given pattern. So the cut line is where the magic happens. That's where each individual timber that's been laminated and milled to exactly the standards for any particular timber wall is cut to the exact pattern for your home. So here's an example of a timber that's been cut to length, notched, and dadoed and is ready to be labeled for that particular home. IHC also has a complete custom millwork operation. So every component of your home, we can mill that to our design specifications. We also can do completely custom trims. So we have a bandsaw that we can use to resaw materials. We have a planer for planing things down to our exacting specifications. A gang rip saw that can be used for taking bulk material and turning that into trims. A 53-inch wide belt sander that can be used to make sure the finishes are pristine for everything that we ship. Our 6-head molder where all of our trims run through. A table saw for doing angle cuts for things like wedge, as well as another planer. So every component here we can use completely standard cedar trims, but we also can do exotic trims or custom cove molding. We can do things using mahogany, we can do things with ipe, sapele, and so we can do exactly what you want for your custom home. So one of our standard plans is the broken arrow, and this here is all the cut timbers ready to be shipped for one of our completed homes that's a modified broken arrow. All the other materials that are part of your IHC home package that are not manufactured specifically by IHC are consolidated here at the IHC manufacturing facility. So those would include doors, windows, garage doors, insulation, and finished roofing. We're excited to have the opportunity to share this virtual tour of the IHC manufacturing facility. If you'd like to come see this facility in person, please give us a call. We'll be happy to set up an appointment or do a Zoom call to talk specifically about your project, or sit down and talk with you here at our facility about your design. We'd love the opportunity to tell you how we can turn your dream into an IHC reality.